In a small second-floor room in Chicago, a reclusive hospital janitor lived a life unseen by the world. For over 60 years, he worked menial jobs, attended Mass daily, and spoke to almost no one. When he died in 1973, his landlords, Nathan and Kyoko Lerner, went to clear out his room. What they discovered would change the history of art forever. This is the story of Henry Darger, one of the most significant and enigmatic outsider artists of the 20th century. Henry Joseph Darger was born in Chicago in 1892. His early life was marked by tragedy. His mother died when he was just 4 years old, and due to his own father's declining health, Henry was placed in a Catholic boys' home. He was a bright child, but his behavior was considered disruptive. At age 13, he was institutionalized at the Lincoln Asylum for Feeble-Minded Children in Illinois. The diagnosis was harsh and likely inaccurate. Little Henry's heart is not in the right place. He was subjected to forced labor and harsh punishments. It was here that his lifelong feelings of being a victim, of needing to protect the innocent, likely took root. After several escape attempts, Darger finally made it back to Chicago at the age of 16. He found work as a hospital porter and janitor, a job he would hold for the next 5 decades. He settled into a solitary routine: work, daily Catholic Mass, and scavenging through trash for magazines and newspapers. To the outside world, he was just a quiet, peculiar old man. But inside his one-room apartment, a universe was unfolding. For over 40 years, in complete secrecy, Henry Darger was writing and illustrating one of the longest literary works ever created. It's called The Story of the Vivian Girls, in what is known as the realms of the unreal, of the Klondiko-Angelinian war storm, caused by the Child Slave Rebellion. The manuscript is a staggering 15,145 single-spaced, typewritten pages. The epic tells the story of the 7 Vivian sisters, princesses of a Christian nation called Abyania. They lead a rebellion against the evil Glandolinians, who enslave, torture, and murder children. The story is a complex saga of war, heroism, and faith. The heroes are brave children, and the villains are cruel, tyrannical adults. But the text was only half of the story. To accompany his manuscript, Darger created hundreds of large-scale, double-sided watercolor paintings. These are the works he's most famous for today. They are beautiful, vibrant, and deeply disturbing. Darger wasn't a trained artist. He developed his own unique methods. He would trace images of children, particularly girls, from coloring books, comics, and magazine ads. One of his favorite sources was the Coppertone girl from the sunscreen ads. He would then arrange these traced figures into vast, panoramic landscapes, often using carbon paper or projecting them to get the scale right. His paintings depict scenes from his epic. We see the Vivian Girls leading armies of children into battle. We see lush, fantastical landscapes filled with strange flowers and dragon-like creatures called blensions. But we also see horrific scenes of war and violence. Children are shown being strangled, dismembered, and crucified by the Glandolinian soldiers. It's a shocking juxtaposition of childhood innocence and brutal warfare. This duality is central to understanding Darger. He was creating a world where children were both innocent victims in need of protection and powerful heroes capable of fighting back. One of the most debated aspects of Darger's work is his depiction of the Vivian Girls. He often drew them unclothed, and sometimes with male anatomy. Scholars and psychologists have offered many theories. Some suggest it reflects a confusion about anatomy, stemming from his isolated life and lack of relationships. Others believe it represents a prepubescent androgynous innocence, a state before the complexities of adulthood. It might also have been his way of creating a powerful hybrid hero, combining what he saw as the purity of girls with the strength of boys. We can never know for sure, as Darger left no explanation. His world was entirely his own. Beyond the realms of the unreal, Darger also wrote a massive 5,000-page autobiography called the history of my life. But strangely, the first 206 pages detail his bleak childhood, and then the next 4,672 pages are a fictional account of a huge tornado named Sweetie Pie. It seems even when writing about himself, Darger preferred to escape into fantasy. He also kept detailed daily weather journals for over a decade and wrote a sequel to his epic, titled Crazy House, which was another 8,500 pages. All told, his written output is estimated to be over 30,000 pages. Darger lived his entire adult life in that small room, surrounded by his creations. His landlords, the Learners, were a photographer, an artist couple who had taken a liking to the quiet old man. They helped him in his later years, but had no idea what was inside his apartment. Darger had always told them to just throw everything out after he was gone. In 1972, at the age of 80, Darger became too frail to climb the stairs to his apartment. The Learners helped him move into a nursing home. It was only then, as they began to clean his room, that the full scope of his life's work was revealed. They were stunned. The room was packed floor to ceiling with art supplies, stacks of newspapers, hundreds of empty Pepto-Bismol bottles, and of course, the thousands of pages of his manuscripts and the hundreds of stunning panoramic paintings. Nathan Lerner, being a photographer, immediately recognized the artistic importance of what he had found. He documented the room exactly as Darger had left it and spent years preserving and cataloging the collection. Henry Darger died in the nursing home in 1973, just 6 months after leaving his room, completely unaware that he would soon be hailed as a visionary artist. Today, Henry Darger is considered a master of outsider art created by self-taught individuals outside the established art world. His work is displayed in major museums around the world, including the Museum of Modern Art in New York and the Art Institute of Chicago. The Intuit, the Center for Intuitive and Outsider Art in Chicago, features a permanent exhibition that meticulously recreates his one-room apartment, allowing visitors to step into the physical space where this incredible universe was born. His life raises profound questions. Was his art a form of therapy, a way to process the trauma of his childhood? Was it a substitute for the human connection he never had? Or was it simply the work of a born storyteller, an epic fantasy creator who just happened to live in total isolation? The story of Henry Darger is a powerful reminder that creativity can flourish in the most unlikely of places. He created an entire world to escape the loneliness of his own, a world where children were powerful, where good fought evil, and where a lonely janitor could be the godlike author of it all. He sought no fame, no audience, and no fortune. He created for himself, and in doing so, left a legacy that continues to fascinate and move us today. His life was a secret, but his art now speaks for him, a testament to the enduring power of the human imagination. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in art history and the stories of unique creators, be sure to subscribe for more videos like this.